Yes, people, Ricky here from Behind the Bars TV. Hope everyone is fit and well. In this episode, I'm going to show you some interviews from inmates inside of prison. I came across these interviews on TikTok, and I know from the previous videos where I've showed you inside footage of the prisons which I've seen on TikTok. So what I've done, I've just saved the videos from TikTok and added them to the end of my videos. But I know from the comments and the amount of views, everyone was interested in seeing what was going on inside. The majority of those videos were inmates that were out of their heads on spice. So when I come across these interviews from inmates inside of prison, I thought that the viewers would find this interesting. I do also bear the victims of these inmates in mind, because some of them are in there for murder and they're talking about what they're in for. And I will have to review the videos again before I put them on, because they can be quite sensitive. And if the victims' families are on the outside watching my channel and they see these inmates on the channel, they might be quite shocked. So I'll just advise before you go on to watch any further. But again, these videos are already all over social media, so it's not something that is going to be shocking to individuals where they're thinking it's the first time it's been seen. These videos have been seen thousands, some of them millions of times, and I'm just sharing them again. But the reason I'm sharing them is to show what type of prisoners are actually in prison. Because a lot of people ask, like, what type of inmates have you come across in prison? Or some of the inmates decent people? There is a lot of decent lads that I've met in prison. The majority of them are, as you can see by some of them in this video, they've been misled in life. They've got the wrong type of mentality, the wrong attitudes, and you can tell by the interviews. But the reason I'm putting the videos on is because you find them interesting, and a lot of you on TikTok and you haven't seen the videos. So hopefully you do enjoy the videos, but remember, let us know in the comments. Without further ado, here we go.
23.
Where are you from?
Dudley.
And what have you been convicted for?
Joint enterprise to murder, causing actual bodily harm and violent disorder.
How long have you been in?
About 18 months.
Are you in a gang?
No.
Okay, so how long do you have to serve?
I've got to serve 18 years before I'm eligible for parole.
Okay, I'm a bit straight to it. What's it like to kill?
I've never killed, so I can't answer that question.
So you're not actually a killer?
No.
And how does that feel?
I just feel I've been let down by the justice system.
Okay, so do you feel like you've been wrongly convicted?
Yes.
Explain why.
Because I've been convicted for murder, although I haven't actually killed anybody.
Okay, so what actually happened on that night in Sedgley?
So basically I was out celebrating my 22nd birthday. I was out with friends, just visited a few bars and pubs, had a good time, and then towards the end of the night I saw a guy kicking off, and then I ended up getting punched in my face. Ended up falling to the floor, got back up, then tried to pull a friend away, ended up on the floor, and then I struck the victim once after I panicked, and then I stepped away from the scene.
So you didn't give out the fatal blow to the
No.
victim? How did you know the victim?
I didn't know the victim.
Okay. So you and the victim had no trouble before this?
No, never heard of him, seen him before.
Why did the victim punch you?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Do you feel like you've been given a harsh sentence?
Yes. Well, the sentence is, it's all right for the conviction. It's the conviction I feel is wrong.
And how old was you when you got convicted?
I was 22.
And how old was you when the crime happened?
22, it was my 22nd birthday.
What do you think about dual enterprise? Do you think that's a lazy law?
It is a lazy law, and there's a lot of people throughout the system now who've got the same issues I've got with it as well.
Okay. Have you lodged an appeal?
No.
Do you plan to appeal your case?
Well, from what I've been told, I've got no grounds to appeal.
Okay. But if you was to appeal, what would you appeal for? Would you appeal to get your conviction quashed, overturned to manslaughter?
Well, I'd want it quashed or overturned to manslaughter.
And if you was to appeal the case, it would go to London in the High Court, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you regret anything about that night?
No.
No. How do you feel about the media portraying you?
Well, the media portrayed me out to be a gang member, a lowlife who had nothing else better to do with his time than go out drinking, being violent with my friends. They portrayed me to be quite a bad person, yes.
Life Prison Documentaries Part 6. What's happening, bro?
Yes, bro, you good, yeah?
Yeah, man, all good, bro. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm ready, man.
So basically, what are you in jail for, bro?
Murder, innit?
Murder?
Murder, man.
What was that for?
Stabbing.
Stabbing?
Yeah.
What led to the murder, bro?
Guy being a snake, innit? And dying, man.
Snake?
Be a snake, you die, innit? I mean, the snakes in the grass already, man, they're there, innit?
Yeah, standard. So what's jail been like, bro?
It's been pretty bad, innit? But we get through it, man. We're soldiers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
standard.
get through it, man. Fuck the screws, fuck the system, fuck the judge, fuck the jury, fuck the victim. You know what I mean? Fuck them all, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fuck 'em all,
man. So since you've been in jail, what type of shit's been going on?
A lot in it, know what I mean? A lot of that, stabbings, everything, man, know what I mean?
Chingy activities.
Chingy, man, Olympic yingins, you know what I mean?
Olympic
You know what it is, man?
Yeah, you know that.
Vicious, man.
So I was just gonna ask a few basic questions, like, so, do you smoke weed?
Yeah.
So, see if you haven't got no weed and someone comes on the wing with like a parcel, or someone gets a parcel that you don't like, and you don't break it off, what would happen?
People knowing it, know what I mean? They know anyway, you know what I mean? They know it, man, they feel, you know what I mean? We put pressure on them, man, we put pressure on you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, bro.
Standard.
Yeah.
So, what about, do people get wrapped up in cells and that a lot?
Yeah, it's bad, innit, know what I mean?
Scary,
It's
man.
bad out here, man. It's a scary scene, you know what I
Horror
mean?
movie shit, bro. Don't get scared, bro.
What type of scary shit's been happening, bro?
Cut, rush, everything, man. I getting hurt, bro.
What bare slashings and that?
Everything,
Slashes, stabbings, everything, man. Vicious beatings. You know what I mean?
Eyes
Eyes out,
poked out,
everything, man.
everything, bro.
You know what I mean? Everything, man.
So yeah, so a lot of people come to jail with money on their heads and that, yeah?
And if you know who does it, then you know who's been paid in it. You know what I mean? Then you know innit? You know what I mean?
The real savages are getting rich. just
The
put it
M,
that
the M. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come
the
on.
M.
Real savages are getting rich, bro.
You know that, man.
Yeah, so if someone had 100 bag on their head, what would happen?
I'd be 100k up. You know what I mean? You know
Yeah,
that, innit? You know what I mean?
you know.
Probably 95 because we're giving the kid 5 in it. You know what I mean? 95 because we're giving the kid 5 in it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, big drinks.
Now come on,
Big
man. You know
drinks,
what I mean?
So what type of shit have you seen happen to people, bro?
I've seen everything, man.
Man getting diced up, bro, quick.
Hot watered. You know what I mean? We put hits out as well, man. You know what I mean? We do it ourselves, plus we get them done as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
Works
word.
both ways, isn't it?
Yo, Ryan McPhee, 30, Manchester, Section 18 with Vincent.
Okay, so tell me about yourself. Just a quick brief interview. I just want to know a little bit about you.
Just a normal kid, innit? I got brought up in care. Fucking been through the ringer. Fucking done a bit of jail. You know what I mean?
Okay, are you in a gang?
Nah, don't do that gang shit, man.
So what happened? Why are you in prison today?
So on Friday night, I was getting devied up with my mate, my grafter and my bird. I was on the way home, cutting past a nightclub, ended up having an argument with some guys, some random guy over bullshit. and half of his mates started getting involved, and then I just escalated. I just turned around to my grafter and said, pass me the machete. I pulled the machete out, started swinging it. Next thing I know, the guy's hand's on the floor.
Ooh, what, his finger or his whole hand?
Half his hand in it.
Okay, now, so what was that like then? That must have been pretty messy.
It's what it is, isn't it, man? Do you know what I mean?
Like,
I felt under pressure, innit? I had like 20 man in front of me, like a big group of people. It's just me and my grafter and my mate, and they're not like game kids or anything, do you know what I mean? So I just had to do what I had to do.
at first you was trying to be the peacemaker, weren't you?
I was telling the guy, I was just telling him, leave it, I've got mental health problems. I said, just leave me alone, do you know what I mean? I said, it'll go pear-shaped, this man. And he's, oh, you think you're a big bad man, do you? I said, nah. I said, I've just got issues upstairs, me. And he come over to me, man, so I just felt under pressure from it, so I just pulled out a thing and started swinging.
Okay. How many years have you been in?
4 years.
How many years have you got left?
If I'm good, 7. If I'm bad, 12.
How old was you when you first came to prison?
17, I think it was.
Do you feel like you've been given a harsh sentence?
Yeah, I'm dead right, you know? My cousin shot someone in the chest point blank and got a straight 10 for it. I shot someone with a machete and get a 16 EBS, what the fuck's that about?
I don't know. Where are you from?
Birkenhead,
And your conviction?
21 years EDS,
What for them?
2 Section 18s, a stabbing, and lighting someone on fire, an arson and an offensive weapon.
Alright, how long are you doing then?
21 EDS, so I've got to do 14 years to get my first parole.
Okay. When did you come to prison and when are you out?
2018 I started this sentence, and my conditional release date is 2044.
Are you in a gang?
No.
Do you feel your sentence is too long?
Yeah.
So, what actually happened?
Well, the first thing was I've let some kids stab me when I was out grafting out the way. Stabbed me in the arm with a bottle there.
Yeah.
So I fucking got an address for him. And I went round to let his gaff on fire. And his fucking dad's come running out the house, and his dad was a big meathead. And so I'm only a skinny kid, so I had to soak him and fucking blaze him in it.
Did you? So,
Yeah, so
how did you do that?
that was the first one. I had a Lucozade sport bottle in my pocket full of petty, as well as the 2 milk bottles that I had full of petty. So I've tipped it out, I've tipped the petty through his window,
Yeah.
blazed the house. I've been packing my bag made up with myself, little pat on my back for myself. I've turned around, there's some big meatheads there. So I've ran at him and he just started bingoing me all over the garden, absolutely bingoing me, taking my head off. So I just pulled the bottle out, absolutely soaked him and said, you know, let me out of the garden? Or no, he went, no, I went, fuck off, one full with him. And then the second one, I've been on a night out for my mate's birthday. I'm chatting to some fat bird outside the Wetherspoons having a birthday. And some kid's getting his fucking head punched in, so we all just like, you know, scudded over to have a look at it. And we've had a look at it, and it's my mate on the floor now getting his head punched in, so I've hit one kid over the head with a bottle, and I've stuck the rest of the bottle in his mate's face. And when I've pulled the bottle out of his face, I've pulled his eye out of his head as well.
And
So I got a 17.5 EDS for the stabbing, and I got a 4.5 EDS for the arson.
And did these victims come to court and snitch on you?
Yeah, prolifically him and his 2 mates turned up. His 2 mates had nothing to do with it, but when I was fighting with him outside the fucking pub, one of his mates, who's apparently a school teacher, has picked his video up and started phoning it. Started filming it, so he's got me fucking stabbing him on camera with the bottle and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they've turned up at court, all been crying their eyes out on the fucking stand and all this and all that. You want to read me transcripts, what I was saying to him, lad? I'm coming through and the kid's laughing in my face while I'm coming through to get sentenced, lad, yeah? So the judge is giving it all, he's clearly terrified for his life. All this, his 2 mates got on the stand, they started crying and all this and all that, and then as soon as I got convicted, you should have heard the round of applause around the courtroom, mate.
Everyone was clapping?
Yeah, personally I was fucking fuming, but they were made up with it, and the lads man started giving me a load of shit, so I called it a slag.
Is it true that you took on this hit